Dutch braid versus French braid. What's the difference? I'm gonna walk you through these two braids step by step. This is beginner friendly, so let's go ahead and get started. The reason I'm making this video is because I did this tutorial on Facebook and I had these comments. So I realized people are confused on Dutch braid versus French braid. So here is just a quick overview before we dive into it. So this is a Dutch braid. A Dutch braid, you are taking your outside sections, you're crossing them under. This is a French braid. You're crossing your outside sections over. But that is the main difference. So when you're doing a Dutch braid or a French braid, I know a lot of people are confused like how they should do the front. Honestly, when I do it, I just like to have it all back. But if you are someone that likes to leave, you know, front framing pieces out like this, these are a little curled, but you could do it like this, and then basically you just pull the rest back. So that's how I would do it.
All right, so I'm just going to grab a small section in the middle of my head up top. Make sure your hair is tangle free and just split it into 3 equal sections. Now, hand placement is the most important thing. So I'm going to take my outside section and cross it underneath that middle section. So we're starting off easy, crossing just the outside sections over the middle. So taking the other outside section and we're just going right underneath that middle section. All right, so we got this step down and now we're just adding an extra step in. So I like to hold all of my sections of hair in one hand like this. So I just kind of have sections underneath my fingers, and then I take my free hand and I pick up a section of hair up front, and then I add it into that outside section, grabbing a hold of it, and then just combining that new section with the outside section, taking that outside section, crossing it under the middle, so just like a basic 3-strand braid. Now we're going to do the same thing with the opposite section. So we're going to hold all of our sections of hair with one hand. We're going to take our free hand, we're going to grab a section of hair up front, and then just combine it into that outside section, and then just cross that outside section under the middle. So the steps are the same all the way down. I just really want you to pay attention to my hands and how I'm holding things, and then I want you to practice in the mirror, because the more you practice, the easier it's going to get. So it's the same steps. We're grabbing a section up front, adding into the outside section, crossing it under the middle. Doing the same thing with the opposite side of our head, grabbing a hair up front, adding it into the outside section, crossing it under the middle. So if you don't know how to do a basic 3-strand braid, work on that first, and then you're going to work on adding in hair to the outside section. So it's super easy once you get the hang of it, and you can take smaller sections. I kind of took bigger sections. You can take larger sections. You can start way up high. You can start in the middle like I did. You can play around with it and really just have fun with it. But do make sure you add in all of your hair by the time you reach the nape of your neck, because otherwise it's going to get kind of saggy and droopy and it's just going to look weird. So then the fun part, the easy part, you just do a regular 3-strand braid. So I brought it over my shoulders, so now it's opposite and I'm crossing my sections of hair over. And yeah, you do this all the way down, tie it off into a hair tie, and I'm going to show you what that looks like here in just a minute. Now for the next step, you do not have to pancake it. You can leave it like this. I know people say, what is pancaking? Sorry, stretching it out like this, making it fuller. But you can do this as much as you want. Just know the more you kind of stretch it out, the looser it's going to get. So yeah, this is a Dutch braid. Again, the sections of hair go under. I think we've got that now, so we're going to move on to a French braid. So same kind of steps. Grab a section up front, split it into 3. This time we're crossing our outside sections over the middle. Outside section over the middle, and I'm going to hold my hands the same way that I did with the Dutch braid. I'm going to put all my sections in one hand, kind of weaving them under my fingers, and then I'm going to pick up a section of hair with my free hand, adding it into the outside sections just like a Dutch braid, but we're going to cross our sections over the middle this time. Over, that's important. And then we're going to do the same thing with the opposite section. Hold on to it, grab a section of hair up front, add it into that outside section of hair, combine it, cross it over the middle, over. Just remember that. And then we just do this all the way down. So again, holding onto our sections of hair with our free hand, grabbing hair up front, combining it with the outside section, crossing it over the middle. Do the same thing on the opposite section, grab a section of hair up front, combine it with the outside section, cross it over the middle. You repeat this all the way down. So I do understand how a French braid can be easier, but I promise if you can do a French braid, you can do a Dutch braid. Just keep practicing. I know it's hard. I know it's tricky. I've been there too. This didn't just happen overnight for me. It took a lot of practice. So I would just sit in front of a mirror and practice. I think it always helps having like a side mirror so you can see what the heck you're doing. You can find those on Amazon, Wayfair. And it just goes right into your wall if you have a wall like I do on the side. But if not, you can just, take breaks, hold up a mirror and see what you're doing, if it's making sense. But same thing here. I'm just bringing it over my shoulder and then just finishing off into a regular 3-strand braid, tying it with a clear elastic. And then same thing like we did with the Dutch braid. You can pancake it or fluff it out, whatever you want to call it, or just leave it like it is. I am just going to fluff it out just a tiny bit, stretch it out. I always do this with every single braid. I like the kind of looser, stretched out look. And that is it. So I hope you guys found this helpful. I hope you understand the difference now and you're going to practice and you're going to comment that you know how to do this. Let me know.
That is it. I hope you are now an expert at French braids and Dutch braids. Let me know which one's your favorite in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.